Hello, I am Maria Drushkova, and here I am with Yelena McManaman. She read the book by Natasha Rashkovskaya called Math Circles for Elementary School Students. And I'm going to ask Yelena questions about the book because we just got it and took turns reading it, so I haven't yet. And I'm all eager to learn about it already. And well, here is your chance to get a review as well. So, Yelena, what is the book about, but who is it for mostly? What kind of people will enjoy the book in your mind?
So this book, it's primarily for circle leaders who are leading circles for elementary school age children. I would say 6 to 9-year-olds, although some 5-year-olds would be able to participate in many of the activities. I like the book also has a bit of an introduction about the actual circles that the material is taken from, and it gives a bit of a history, a very short history of those math circles, very positive and very encouraging. Just by reading that, it was written. The main message that I got out of the introduction was, if you build it, they will come. They will come in there will be so many of them that you will probably have to figure out how to deal with this many participants. So that was the introduction, and then the book itself, very interesting. It has the activities that actual sort of plug and play activities that math circle leaders can just open the book, read, try it out themselves, and present at their circles. And what I especially liked, after each session, there is a part that is called, let me see, it's called At the Lesson. And there, Natasha gives a quick review of how the activities actually went at each of the lessons. What were the difficulties? What were the unexpected points? Sort of a little recap. And I thought that was just brilliant. It really helps you. It's not just an exercise book. It's a look-see into how the circles actually work.
This is excellent. That's very helpful for circle leaders or future leaders because they can kind of imagine themselves at the circle. And that brings me to the next question. So what types of circles do you think this book fits? Because there are different kinds, a lot of different kinds. What's your opinion on that?
I thought that it's most appropriate for circles where a circle leader takes a bit of a central role, does a little bit more of maybe instructing, instead of being, say, a guide to the side. It is faster paced. The pace is set by the leader. There are hands-on activities. They're hands-on in a sense that children will need a pen, well, pencil and paper. Sometimes when we do math circles with Maria, hands-on is a little bit different. Children actually get to create something with, you know, like origami, or they get to create something with Play-Doh or yarn, craft foam. Here it's hands-on in the sense that children will draw, write, perhaps draft something. And as far as its problem solving, it is not Socratic method, it is not free exploration, it is not strictly let's just get together and play. It's very directed at the leader, the format of a leader posing the problem, and the children trying to solve it.
Well, there are several excellent books for this type of circles in the series that this Natasha's book is in, National Association of Mathematical Circles series. So what makes this book different from the other books in the series that you have reviewed before?
What I like, well, first of all, this book is, apart from Alexandra Zvonkin's book, is the only one in the series that I know of that targets such young children. Zvonkin's book is excellent, but it's sort of, the two books actually would be perfect together because Natasha gives very hands-on, very detailed instructions on how to do the activities, whereas Zvonkin has sort of hints at the activities. Sometimes he gives brief descriptions, but it's more of a reflection on how things went at his circle. So I think these two books together are very complementary. And again, what I particularly liked about this book, it doesn't go into the logistics of the circles very much, except at the introduction. But it's almost for the beginning circle leader who's just trying to figure out what activities to put into each meeting, in what succession, how to package it together. This is a very, you open the book and you pretty much have the lesson or the circle meeting ready. It's right there. And again, I found another thing that I found unique to this book is how Natasha takes time after each lesson to give a very quick but very thorough review of what actually happened and what were the little snags and what were the unexpected things that happened while children actually worked on these exact problems.
Thank you. So that feature seems something you really, it's for you, something you really like about that book. Are there any features that you would change for yourself, more for your liking, if you were the editor of this one, or if you could ask Natasha for custom features all for yourself?
Well, one of the things that I enjoyed were the illustrations for this book, and I believe many of the illustrations were actually done by Natasha herself. They really are very beautiful, funny, quirky. However, and I think they're essential to getting the problems, or at least getting into the spirit of the problems. However, I do not have Natasha's skill at drawing. And so now I'm a bit perplexed. How do I present these problems to children without these? They're not very complicated drawings, but not many of them are not that easy to reproduce. For example, something like this. Okay, so they're essential to the activity that Natasha proposes. And short of copying the page and distributing to the children, what else can I do? And if I want to change this activity somehow, create some of my own, how can I, a person who doesn't draw this well, can do it? Another thing, I always advocate for adaptations of activities for children who cannot draw or do not like doing anything with pencil and paper. And I think it's extremely important. And if one thing that I would like to see is maybe not with each activity, but like a chapter, a very short chapter on how these activities can be adapted to children who dislike drawing, because that can be a really a big stopping block for them.
Thank you. It makes sense. Can you share an example of something from the book that you especially like, or something that people can use? So a little bit of a teaser.
Yeah, I actually, almost at the beginning of the book, in lesson 3, there is, and I thought you would like it, activity about fractals. So there is a fractal tree, right? A tree fractal, a type of fractal, and there are questions. There are some discussion questions. For example, what do you find to be special about this tree? It's a special tree, but what is it that's special? Which is a very open-ended question. And then the next question narrows things down a bit by asking, how old is this tree? What do you think? How old? If there is a rule, at the end of each year, each branch splits into 2. So given this many branches on a tree, how old do you think this tree is? And then there is an invitation to continue drawing this tree. So it's I thought a good range of questions from very open-ended to questions where only one answer is the correct one, but still gives enough options for children, enough freedom for children to discuss their ideas. And then there is a beautiful, I just thought it was really, really beautiful problem on the next page about how the tree grows, and I'm not sure if you can see it, how it grows taller, but the height that it grows each year decreases, right? And will the tree ever grow tall enough for the bird, like it would be taller than the bird is flying there, than the height of the bird flying? So I thought that was also a very interesting twist on the problem. So, but again, I love this activity, but it leaves me with a question of illustrations. Love them. How can I reproduce them? Okay.
So this look like story problems where you set up the context and then you ask many different mathematical questions that are intrinsic to that story, to the growth of the tree. Very beautiful. Yes, I do love fractals. Thank you for sharing this. Okay, that was our review. Thank you, Elena, for looking at the book, and I can't wait to read it now. That's my turn.
and and I just want to say that after reading this book, I actually can't wait. I want to start a circle that would follow very closely the activities in this book. So it's going to start most likely in January, and I can't wait for it because there's so many beautiful activities in this book, and I just want to try them all with the kids.
Wonderful. Well, I'm looking forward to your reports from the circle, the
Absolutely.
So let's see how it goes. Maybe I'll try some of these problems in my circles that I run in January as well. The fractal one looks like I am going to borrow this one. Okay, that's all for today, and thank you for listening. Here we are reviewing the wonderful book. It is available at AMS, American Mathematical Society site. So it is already available now, just came out. And I'm looking forward to other books in this wonderful series.